It show up as
There it
live.
is. Good
Okay.
morning and welcome to Coffee with the Coach.
Good
I am
morning. How are
Tony
you,
DeGuido,
Tony?
and this is Dr. Milou.
Very well. Sound like we don't have an echo today and system is fixed. So that was a Facebook issue, I believe. And now we are live. Nice seeing you this morning.
Good to see you too. And today we're going to talk about dreams. And what are your dreams? These are not the dreams that necessarily you dream of at night, but what are the dreams that you want to achieve in your lifetime? And how can you move forward to making those dreams a reality? Dr. Milou is here with us this morning from his coffee shop in his home.
Virtual coffee shop, which is very nicely done by some photographer, which is very well for us.
Yes. So I guess the thing about dreams is that in achieving those in your lifetime is how do we get from where we are today to where we want to be? A lot of people go through goal setting, and goal setting, I think, is a term that we've all learned when we were children, to set goals and to use those as guideposts as you get closer to what you're trying to achieve. But I believe a stronger word for, or method, I should say, instead of setting goals, is creating intentions. Would you not agree?
Yes. One of the way of, Tony, I would say in our Vino and Vision coaching model, we do dream a little bit different than the popular view of dream in mindset that people have. We do actually do dream based on the dream that you dream at night. So
Really?
the difference between our coaching compared to maybe many other coaching that is about dream that you call dream but not dream. So and you may ask me like, okay, how is that different then? Because we are talking about
my dreams are crazy. They're all over the place.
Right. So that's the crazy dream we want to talk about. So that's why we are different. So let me clarify so people can understand what we are talking about. So if you look it up, the dreams definition on the Wikipedia, you will see a dream is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. So let me repeat that so it will be clarified. A dream is a succession of images, ideas, emotions, and sensations that usually occur involuntarily in the mind during certain stages of sleep. So when I said that, when this is the definition of dream, and we actually, our Vino and Vision coaching, we follow that definition because this is not the popular belief of dream, which is like I can dream of anything. No, this is something that happened involuntarily in the mind. So just imagine that for a second. You have aspiration, you have vision, and then we take you to the dream where things happen involuntarily in your mind. And our goal as a coach is to bring that involuntary sensation, images, and ideas and emotions that you have to the conscious level. So it is from unconscious.
But we have all, there are many sequences of dreams that many people report having. Sometimes, having loose teeth in their mouth, or their teeth are falling out, or they're naked in public. So how are these involuntary common dreams that people have, how are those something that you can work with?
Well, so the interpretation of dreams, Tony, is being debated all throughout the history, including psychology and philosophical point of view. It's been uh, in scientific study. Dream is actually called Oreo. I don't know how to pronounce it, but oneurology. Oneurology. Believe you maybe
Onereology.
right. But remember, so the things that is happening in dream, and we as a coach focus on that very well. The way we do that is the uh, looking at your eye movement and your brain activity. So, for example, when I ask you a question and you are rolling your eyes, you are looking for things, but you are not talking to me. You are looking for things and you are talking to yourself. When that occurs, you are involuntarily going to a zone of your mind which is looking for answers that are not presently available to you. So in vision and aspiration, we look for subconscious level. In dream, we go to unconscious level, means something that is not available to you. Through questioning, we start opening that zone. That missing teeth or something that you mentioned in psychological perspective, they may come up with a definition for that. In coaching perspective, we come up with a different way of looking at it. Is there something missing in your life? For example, your missing teeth may be a replication of what your mind trying to figure out. Or is there something? So we actually do not go to the dream discussion. We go to the what is going on there. So we don't ask you, what did you dream tonight, Tony? Because most people don't remember dream. But we ask you, what is going on there? What you finding out, and why you have that feeling? And then we go to the unconscious level to look for. Remember, unconscious is the bottom layer of the iceberg. It's a big unknown area, and your mind has a vast capability, a big area of capability that, as you can see, that what we were able to achieve throughout the history had to be dreamed by somebody at somewhere or imagined by somebody somewhere. So today we can sit at home in a virtual coffee shop talking to you, uh, and it's possible to broadcast all over the world without a TV station or anything. So just think about, imagine that possibility and imagine that 1,000 years from now, how it's gonna be different. So it is an impossible zone of today's I. It's a possible zone in tomorrow's perspective. So as a coach, our goal is to open that unknown, open that unconscious, open that huge possibility. As you and I speak, there is a uh, uh, drone flying over Mars looking for life and looking for other possibilities. And whoever thought about that, that we're going to be in Mars, is anybody can talk about, hey, someday we should be on Mars, or someday we should be in Neptune. Well, that someday will be past one of these days when you and me may not be there, but in somebody's lifetime, there will be a past. And they'll
So
be,
what about the common dream
uh-huh.
of somebody feeling that they're naked, or if they're making a presentation and they're the only one in the room that's naked?
Okay, that may be a possible mindset that they have, right? So uh, in during discussion, and it's impossible to say, because during discussion we'll discover that there is mindset that is preventing you from something to achieve in your life. So that may be what you have seen in a dream, but when you discuss about that, what is that associated with? What kind of feelings you are connecting that with? So in subconscious level, not unconscious, subconscious level, you categorize thing. Just like behind me in the coffee shop, you see those boxes, categorized thing. In the menu, they have those things categorized as well. So in unconscious level, you see something and your subconscious mind trying to categorize that. What did I just see? Right? What did I just experience? So your unconscious, subconscious mind trying to make meaning of your unconscious mind. And the moment they find a meaning, they categorize that. So you may have seen that, okay, I'm naked in public. Okay, that may be what you are seeing that, and your categorization of your mind in subconscious level, telling it, okay, I have seen myself naked. So the naked category is stamped on that mindset. So now in unconscious level, your mind is sitting on that category. Our goal as a coach is to find out, is that the right category? Or is there a different things happening there? What is going on? Why your mind going that direction, right? So for example, we will be asking your question, okay, Tony, so that's what you want to talk about. Why you went that direction? Why you categorized it as nakedness?
I actually, and I understand it's a common dream, so other people could relate to this. I actually felt myself, I was in an important meeting and I was making the presentation and I was naked.
Exactly. So the categorization of
So is that the real me coming out in the presentation?
So the categorization of nakedness is, so it's much deeper than real me. So categorization of nakedness is a mindset that you have where you experience that and you put it as a nakedness. But think about for a second, what other category you would put it beside nakedness?
Raw. I guess you'd say it is inappropriate for pardon me?
Any other?
I can't pull it out.
Okay. So that's mean when you are going into that zone that you cannot pull out, you are going into the unknown. Means just imagine for a second, if you see an image and I show you multiple image, your mind will interpret those image to certain things. So like, and I always say we are not psychologists, so we are not licensed to do psychological discussion, but we are, as a coach, we use psychology in a different way. So for example, so when I'm showing you these images, so you will take it and your mind will interpret it in certain way. And in your case, you just gave me categorization of few things. Rawness, right? Is one of the categories that you said, and before you said nakedness is another category. So when I said, I used the deduction theory saying, what else you are seeing different things, right? So our role as a coach is to uncover, it's called not discover, it's uncover of your subconscious level thinking, which is categorizing. So let's continue that discussion and say, what else, Tony, you are seeing beside those few things you already mentioned and you told me, I don't know, right? It's now your mind is not able to categorize anymore. But if I ask you, continue to ask you, well, look deeply and tell me, what would you do?
Well, in that sequence, I was just acting totally normal, making my business presentation and feeling probably a little exposed at that overexposed. but continuing as if nothing was different.
Right. So that when I ask that question, now you come up with another category, which is called overexposed, right? So we have multiple things you have said. Inappropriate is a category. Raw is a category. Overexposed or exposed is another category. So you have categorized few of the things. So your mind started to associate it with something that you know, something that you know. Now, if we go to a level of something that you don't know, how would you define that?
Well, if I don't know it, how do I define it?
If I want you to search for it, how would you search it?
Well, I would search for keywords that you'd be looking for. Maybe undignified would be another word.
Mm-hmm.
Indiscretion would be a word. You see my eyes are moved, don't you?
Did you see that in short demonstration, I am seeing that you already went from a permanent or some mindset to a different mindset where you're looking for different words, and a couple of new words came up, undignified, and a couple of new words came up, and after that you actually went to the REM state where you were looking for things. And in REM state, people actually, our eye move involuntarily, means we don't know our eye moving. So you going into the unconscious, you're going into the deeper level to find things. And we want you to get there. Because once you start going there, you will find that, okay, I may be categorizing it's wrong. There may be something else I need to associate it with. So taking you to a different zone. So this is very interesting for me because dream is always a subject of debate for a lot of scholars. And unconscious is a very, very much subject of debate because it's totally unknown, totally dark. And when you take somebody to that dark level, they cannot find anything. And our goal is to help you find that. And once we find that, you will associate that with your subconscious level and say, oh my God, that's what the aha moment coming. Oh my God, I didn't know that meant this. Just imagine that possibilities, Tony, once you find out something.
And I guess if the words are coming from you and not being put in your mouth by somebody else, then you're getting to your own root cause of the interpretation of the dream.
Yes, that is fabulously said. As you can see, the reason I'm doing something that you have not seen or you have not experienced in the present moment, but I'm doing it in front of you. Let me ask you what you have seen last 1 second or two that I have just done that you have not captured.
That you have just physically done? You mean like taking a sip from your soda?
Right. Soda. Remember why I did that?
Or in Chicago, pop.
Remember why I did the soda instead of our coffee today?
Well, because you don't drink coffee. It's actually soda with the crunch.
I do drink coffee. But what I'm saying is the reason I did the soda because trying to challenge your unconscious to see, when we categorize things in subconscious, sometimes we don't see things happening right in front of our eyes. For example, if you go to a coffee shop, and I'm in a virtual coffee shop, some people may be sitting reading newspapers. Some people may be sitting and drinking what is the nice mochaccino or whatever the name of it. Some people may be writing things down. Some people may be on their iPad. All those things happening around you, and your eye actually capturing everything. Your mind is capturing everything, but you, in a physical manner, only capturing things that you want to see. So for example, you buy a new car and you see it everywhere.
Right.
Because now your mind is capturing that. But in a normal time, that car is, there is cars going around you all the time and you're not capturing those. So with the focus in mind, we can capture things. If we lose the focus, we don't. So our goal as a coach is to bring your unconscious to a subconscious level. And in subconscious, remember, you categorize them: legal, ethics, moral, immoral, all those categories, you categorize them. And our goal is to find the right category for that, not the inaccurate category, which, in a dream state, whatever you've seen, you categorizing whatever you can feel. Our goal is to find the right category. And once we find the right category, then your aha moment happen. And your aha moment, you are saying, oh my God, I have seen that and I categorize that with a different thing than it actually meant, and whatever that meant to you. So as a person, as a coach, we talk about your mind, talk about your interpretation. In coaching, we always say that coachees have all the answers, not the coach, because it's all in you. Whatever you're gonna do in your life is all gonna be done by you. It's gonna be experienced by you. And impossible to become possible is the dream that you can make reality. And our goal as a coach is to help you to achieve that. And if you just found that become conscious. When it is conscious, is viewable, means you can now see the Coke, a Diet Coke on my hand. Because you became conscious level. Conscious level is something that is viewable. And you are presently, you're drinking a coffee, you are conscious level, you are drinking a coffee. So that is the viewable nature of that makes it possible. It's not impossible anymore. So when you can see it, and that's the famous quote come into place, when you can see it, you can believe it, you can achieve it. The famous quote from Martin Luther King was, I have a dream. Think
Right.
about it. I have a dream. And then he mentioned about he went to the mountaintop and he can see things. And he know those are reality. Those can be real someday because he has a dream. And that dream eventually became reality. As you can see now in politics and everywhere, dream is becoming real. So he was able to see it. So my goal here as a coach is to open your mind to that impossible zone so you can start seeing it as real. And when it become real, you can make it real. So that is the untapped mind, huge unconscious mind that we are tapping into, Tony. And if we can tap into that and discover something great, you can achieve things that you never thought possible because that will be in front of you and you can see it. And that connects with your vision, mission, and aspiration.
Right. Right.
What do you think about that now, Tony?
I think that it was a very interesting discussion, and it harkens me back to the coaching exercises that we did and the dream that I had that you made brought it to my subconscious and made it more of a reality that it could be pursued.
Yes. So with that said, I think our time is running low, and I know that today we were able to successfully go live, I hope, and we'll check it out in Facebook to see how things going. So very well, Tony. I am very happy to see you in a nice morning in St. Louis, and from my virtual coffee shop, which is in my dream zone right now. So with that said, today's session, I will be cheering with you on my virtual coffee as a
Very good. And next time we meet, I think we'll still be talking about dreams.
yes.
And I'll have a new dream for you. And hopefully I'm not naked in it.
Well, we have to censor that, Tony, even though I don't believe in censoring mind. But in reality, you have to, because mind is tapping into unconscious, and when you go to that border of that line, when you are tapping into unconscious, you are saying that world is not flat, it's round. And there was a belief one time world was flat, that you can just keep on walking and you will fall off.
You're bringing your dream into reality.
Exactly.
That's right. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for the discussion today. It was enlightening, and I will look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Have a good day.